Yes, 7th students, we are going to read chapter number 8, Footprints. Footprints, the prints which are made with the foot. On the 6th of November, in the 6th year of my stay on the island, I set out in my small old boat. Here Robinson Crusoe is telling that on the 6th of November, as 6 years had passed while living on this island, he started moving in his small boat to the other parts of the coast. But after a few days of tossing about in the sea, but for some days when he had moved in the sea, I managed to get into an inlet or bay and moved my boat there. And he got that he was in the inlet in a very small way where he came down and he had attached his boat to some place. Then I explored the area on foot. Then he started moving in this area on by walking and found the valley, and he saw that valley where I had been earlier and where I had made myself a shelter. And now he found that where earlier he had come there and where he had made his house also there. I was very tired. Now up to this time he had got very tired, so I lay down there and slept. After a long sleep, I woke up hearing a voice calling me by my name, Robin, Robin, where have you been? Yes, while sleeping, he listened that someone is calling him by his name. That where was he? It was Paul, my parrot, whom I had trained to speak these words. Who was that? It was his parrot, to whom he had taught all these words. I was amazed. Robinson Crusoe was surprised how the creature, how this bird had reached that place, how he came to that place and stayed on there, and continually how he stayed there. When I called him, he came and sat on my thumb. I then carried him home. When Robinson Crusoe called that parrot, it came and sat on Robinson Crusoe's thumb, and Robinson Crusoe took that bird to his home. I did not venture out for about a year. Robinson Crusoe did not went out for 1 year out of his house. The stock of my ammunition was running low. All the ammunition, whatever he was having to kill the animals, it was becoming less. I decided not to use them to hunt. Now Robinson Crusoe has decided that he will not use his ammunition for hunting, for killing the animals, but use snares, but he will use traps instead of all those ammunitions. I also tried pitfalls. He also made hidden unexpected dangers for the animals. I was successful for doing this. Robinson Crusoe got success. My flock increased. How now his all things were increased. He was having big gathering. I wore a high shapeless cap. He was wearing a big high, but it was shapeless cap made of goat skin, which was made of goat skin, with the flap hanging behind. At behind there was a flap which was hanging. It protected me from the sun and the rain. This cap had saved him from the sunlight and the rain also. I wore a jacket. He was wearing a jacket which was made of same material, goat skin, and which came down to my thighs. It was so long, it was becoming up to his thighs, and a pair of open-kneed breeches. He was also wearing one trouser also, which was up to his knees. I made something to be used as shoes. He had also made something just like the shoes. I must have been looking quite awesome. He was thinking that he is looking very beautiful. When I went out in such a costume, when he will go out in such wearing such clothes, but there was none to see me, but nobody was there to see him. Let me describe my property on the island. He was saying that let him tell whatever he was having, but things which he was having there. I had 2 plantations. The backside of my tent was under the rock leading to the cave. I had several earthen pots and baskets which contained corn. He was having some earthen pots which was having corn in them. The long stakes of the surrounding walls grew like trees, and therefore there was no appearance of my habitation to any one's view. No one can see that he is living there because he had made long stakes around big walls around his house of the trees. I had an enclosure for my cattle. I also had a grapevine. He was having, there was no appearance of my habitation. I also had little bower. He is also having a little bower which was very beautiful. He was having one place for his cattle also, and he was having grapevine, wine of grapes also. This happened one day at noon. At noon time, I saw the mark of a man's foot in the sand. He saw that some man's footprints were there